Today I'm making a really simple and delicious fudge, and it's called panocha or panucci. Depending on where you live, it's going to be pronounced differently. This is a really simple recipe, so I'm going to go through the ingredients right now. We have 2 cups of brown sugar, that's packed, 2/3 of a cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of butter, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So these are the ingredients, so let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our brown sugar, and we're going to get our brown sugar into our pot. There we go. And you're going to notice something a little different here. What we're going to be doing is I'm going to be, first of all, I'm using milk instead of cream, but I'm also getting everything in at one time except the vanilla. The vanilla is going to be the last thing to go in, but right now I'm putting all the first 3 main ingredients in, and I'm going to turn this up and I'm going to get this heated up. And so that I don't have to keep running back and forth to the stove, I just went out to the store and bought one of these little hot plates today. It cost me $20, and I think it's going to work well for my videos. Anyway, so let's get this up to a boil, and I'll be back when it starts getting a little bit more hot. This is only about 3 minutes later, not even, and I'm watching this very carefully. I've also inserted a thermometer, and we're looking for about 240 degrees Fahrenheit, and I want to be very careful that this doesn't go over, so I'm just watching my temperature here. This little machine is very, very powerful. So you don't want your fudge to, to scorch. Just going to turn that down. You don't want your fudge to scorch, or the mixture at this point. So you just want to stir it. And right now we're up to about 200 degrees. Another way that this fudge is different is that we're going to blend this and whip it with my mixer to get it really airy and fluffy. And you're going to see what that's going to do later on. It's going to remind you of a lot of the fudges you see at the boardwalk when you go down to the ocean, and or your favorite place where you buy fudge or whatnot. So I'll keep going at this, and when it's up to 240 I'll come back. Alright, I'm up to my 240 degrees now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat right off, and then I'm going to pour in my vanilla. Just mix it around well. I'm just going to grab my thermometer and get that out of there. So at this point what we're going to do is I'm going to take this off of the heat, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to use the mixer, and we're going to really fluff this up before we pour it into a little pan, and then we're going to cut it up later on into little squares or rectangles. So that's it for now, and I'll be back when this is cooled down. So I let my mixture cool down just a tiny little bit. And then what you do is you just get your blender in here, and you just want to incorporate some air into this. If you let it cool down too much, this fudge is going to set very, very quickly. If it does, don't worry. Put it back on the element, heat it up again, and stir it around. And if it's still too thick, add a little bit more milk, and it'll come right back. This fudge really, really sets quickly. So I'm just going to add a little bit more air in here. You have to get this into your pan while it's on the warm side. Otherwise it'll stay in the pan. It'll stay in the pot, I mean. Alright, that's good. This fudge sets very, very quickly, so if you don't get it into your pan while it's still on the hottish side, it'll just stay in the pot, and then you're going to have to reheat it again. and perhaps add even a little bit more milk. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to quickly scoop this out. It's amazing how quickly this stuff sets. Once it's in our pan here, then it doesn't matter. We'll just, let it cool as quickly as it wants to cool. So let's get that all in there. There we go. You can already see that it's starting to set. How hot is that? So I'm just going to move it around like that a little bit. So that's it for now. So I'll be back when this is cool. Alright, I've got my fudge here. And look at that, how easy it just pops out. So I'll flip it back over. And that was because we buttered the inside of this pan. So let's just break it. You can break it into whatever size you want. There are no rules. There we go. How's that? I'll just try a little piece here. Oh yeah. That was really good. Reminds me of the fudge I buy down at the boardwalk on the ocean in the summer. That just melts in your mouth. Alright. So that's it for this video. So I'll see you next time.